walking on the floor! Do it now!
The Special Constabulary is the nation's volunteer police force.
Do you know the gent?
What's your speed?
It's made up of over 20,000 members of the public.
Oh, he's gone down there.
Who give their time to fight crime in their communities.
Out! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Specials combine their day jobs...
Stage, please!
...and home lives...
Here's a good boy.
...with being serving police officers on the front line. Coming up, James is called to a New Year's Eve celebration that ends in disaster.
The female there has been attacked by a dog, and some of the inside of her leg is now not inside her leg.
In the right place at the right time...
Male's been jumped just across the road.
Chris and his colleagues run some suspects to ground.
Calm yourself down.
And hot on the heels of some runaway horses...
Oh, you sod.
Bill's horse rustling skills are put to the test.
On!
It's New Year's Eve, and Special Constable James Chatfield is heading out on shift with fellow Special Glenn Dobby.
I'm thinking tonight it's going to be a reasonably busy shift. Nightclubs, pubs closing at 2, 3 o'clock, so I would imagine between the hours of maybe 11 and 3 might be quite busy. It's 20 to 7, we've got 5 hours and 20 minutes left for this year.
Plenty of time for the alcohol to flow and the drunken revelry to get out of hand. But the first call that comes in isn't quite what they expected.
An RTC, Bridge Street in Wistow. The car has crashed into the bridge.
They arrive to find the driver waiting in his car. He's unhurt, but the side of the car has taken quite a bashing.
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
No.
You're out, what are you doing? You're out working?
Yeah, deliver pizzas.
Whose vehicle is it? It is yours, is it? Where did you come off?
The corner.
The corner up there? OK, we'll have to go and right, we'll have to go and have a look at that.
Judging by the state of the bridge, the driver has hit it with some force.
It's just that support pillar there, and there's metal. He must have given that a real whack. I suppose he's lucky he's hit that bit and not just one of the metal beams, 'cause I'm not sure they would have... They're hollow, so they may have given. And it's quite a drop down there, full of water. Yeah, I think he's quite lucky. I wouldn't want to end up down there.
But the driver hasn't been drinking, and there don't appear to be any other vehicles involved.
I think it's the case of a damage only.
Yeah.
Single vehicle damage only. There's no injuries. He doesn't want an ambulance. He says that he's absolutely fine. He's delivering takeaways. I know the guy from town.
So on this occasion, the police are happy to just give the man a word of advice.
It's obviously fairly slippery at the moment. Yeah, so you just need to watch it, especially in these conditions. I've got all of his information. I've got all of his insurance details. He's not drunk. And everything checks out. The roads are slippery. There is mud about, so they're not the best conditions to drive in.
Victor 99, Hotel Victor 99.
And it seems like conditions are no better elsewhere. Minutes later, another call comes in.
For a report of mud on the road, looking for your assessment, please.
Yeah! It's a fairly complex job. It's going to take quite a while to explain. There's mud on the road.
It's not quite the kind of job the Specials had in mind when they signed up. But on a poorly lit country road, with cars whizzing past at up to 60 miles an hour, mud can be a hazard. James checks out the force's mud clearing equipment.
Oh, there's a broom. One of a shovel with a broom. Oh, look, no handle. Ah, here's a handle. There's a building broom.
And the two Specials get to work clearing the road.
So, here we are, sweeping up Cambridgeshire's roads, having a muddy good time.
James volunteers 50 to 80 hours a month as a Special, and when he's not policing, he works as an estate agent.
My day job is kind of similar in the fact that it's office-based, doing paperwork and out and about, but the difference is the people that you're dealing with. In the police, you get called to someone, you're there to help them to resolve a situation. In the estate agency, you're helping someone look for a house. So I guess it's still helping people, but totally different. Anything on you that will hurt us?
No,
Will hurt you?
no.
No, you sure?
James doesn't get paid to work as a special, but unlike some of his colleagues, he has no aspirations to become a regular police officer.
Doing it once a week, twice a week, is enough for me to think I could go to work doing my normal job, which I enjoy, and think, tonight I'm going out in a police car, I'm going out and I'm fighting crime. That's enough to keep me going.
Tonight, James is out with fellow special Glenn. When he's not policing, he works as a warehouse manager.
People like to rock, people like to roll, but moving and the grooving, no satisfying.
It's now almost midnight, and the New Year celebrations are in full swing. So with no immediate jobs to attend to, James and Glenn decide to see in the new year with some familiar faces.
So here we are, New Year's Eve in Warboys. We thought we'd do a bit of PR, let everyone know that we're here. Happy New Year! There were various people there. There was some off-duty PCSOs, some off-duty police officers, and most of Warboys Village turned up as well to see in the new year at the clock tower. It's quite nice.
But the community spirit in Warboys isn't necessarily present everywhere else. And once the clock strikes midnight, the trouble begins.
Actually, domestic in progress.
We're going to domestic in progress now, involving a dog. I'm not too sure what that means. I don't know if someone's been bitten by a dog or what.
In a situation like that, I'm fully aware that I am putting myself into a dangerous situation. I do it because someone's asking for help.
Police. Yeah.
They arrive to find a woman in the kitchen with a serious wound to her leg.
The dog had attacked her. Again, I don't know why the dog had attacked her, but it was the lower half of her leg along at the back of her calf. Looked like it had been clawed or bitten in several places, and the skin just ripped open. I remember seeing the inside, what I can assume was her calf muscle, poking out of the wound.
BB Hotel Victor 99.
Victor 99.
It's a little bit tense here at the moment. Can we get an ambulance, please? The female has been attacked, looks like been attacked by a dog, quite bad injuries to the bottom of her leg.
It appears that the woman had been having an argument with her boyfriend when the dog went for her.
The dog got scared. She was apparently going for her partner, whose dog it was, and the dog, I believe, got confused as to what was going on. And obviously a dog's instinct is if someone's being attacked, they attack that person.
Another woman in the house saw what happened.
Because she come down the stairs, kicking off, and the dog went for her. Because she started going for everybody.
The dog is now tied up in the garden, but the house is full of agitated people who have been drinking.
We're not going to get anywhere while you're shouting as well. Listen, we're not going to get anywhere like this, are we?
There was 4 or 5 adults in the house. There was children downstairs, children upstairs, and lots of arguing going on. And all of those people, and myself and my colleague, that was it. There was 2 of us against 4 or 5 of them.
James calls for backup and does his best to take the heat out of the situation as they wait for the other unit to arrive.
Well, is it all right if you just come and sit in here just to calm the situation down a little bit, yeah? Just go and take a seat in your front room.
Other officers arrive and James brings them up to speed.
But it's still a little bit confusing as to what's actually gone on. Everyone's hammered. She's been attacked by a dog.
The priority now is to get the injured woman to hospital. But as it's New Year's Eve, the officers have been told there could be a 2-hour wait for an ambulance. So they decide to take her to hospital themselves.
Basically, we've got the female here that's been carted off to hospital. The other people are okay to be left in the house. There's just been a massive argument. They've all been out, got drunk, and it's just turned into a total and utter mash of a situation. So we've resolved it by splitting them all up. Hopefully, we won't get any more calls here tonight.
It's a job well done for the 2 specials, but the incident's not quite over yet. The injured woman's boyfriend suddenly appears, believing that the police have taken his dog.
No, you can't do that. Get my dog out.
The dog's not in there.
Where is it then?
The dog is still tied up in the back garden, and the penny then drops as the man realises his girlfriend is in the van.
What, my girl's in the bag?
Yes.
Bit leg, you put her in the back of a van?
Oi! Yes.
With a bit leg?
She's going to hospital.
Are you police dumb?
stop swearing.
Come on, you're supposed to be proper police
Stop
officers. You
swearing.
put a woman in the back of a
Go
van.
away. Go away. Stop swearing.
You
Right?
put a woman in the back of a van with a
bleeding.
bin. And you put her in the back of a van. You stop. Let me walk in.
The woman is taken to hospital, where she'll receive treatment for her injured leg. It's now 3:30 a.m, and James and Glenn were due to finish their shift half an hour ago. But in the early hours of New Year's Day, Cambridgeshire police are having to deal with 4 times the usual number of incidents. And just as the Specials head back towards the police station, yet another call comes in.
Domestic in progress, immediate, great.
A lot of the time that Cambridgeshire police dedicate their time to is to domestics. I'd say that some people feel that they can't deal with their own problems. They get themselves into such a mess that they need someone else to come and deal with it, which is why they end up calling police.
Phone line is open, I can hear screaming, and it sounds like a door being kicked / punched. Sounds reasonably violent to me.
The caller has also reported furniture being thrown around, and at this point in time, James and Glenn are the only police unit en route.
Because it was a busy New Year's Eve, lots of people calling 999, there is just no resources available. So at that moment in time, we were on our own.
Hello. What's occurring?
A woman answers the door, and it's immediately obvious there's been a violent struggle.
In the lounge, there was a chair flung across. There was items, various clothing items, ornaments that had all been thrown around as well. Go into some incidents and the absolute mess that people can get themselves into, whether it's their fault or not, you do get to them and think, how can this happen? How can people let it get this bad?
The woman claims that her boyfriend has been threatening her and has assaulted her, so the Specials' priority is to split the pair up.
In a job like that, you have to separate them. My colleague came in and spoke to the female. I forcibly got the male to come out into the hallway with me to try and get each of the people there, get their version of events.
But the couple, who appear to have been drinking, are becoming more and more agitated.
It's really easy for anything like that to escalate out of control. As I found out that night, it went from bad to worse. They both kept trying to go at each other's throats. Even after literally pushing him out of the way, he was still trying to break past me. Shouting at her, screaming at him, the children all crying, literally screaming in the background. It's a difficult situation to be in.
Fearing for his and his colleagues' safety, James calls control for backup.
BB Hotel Victor 99.
Hotel Victor 99, go ahead.
Don't suppose you've got any more mobiles anywhere? You know, I've got another very tense situation here. I think I'm going to have a complaint of assault, so we're going to...
The situation now moves up a gear. The man is becoming increasingly aggressive and tries to force his way out of the house.
Listen, you're not going anywhere. You're detained at the moment. Don't matter for what, I am detaining you.
You need reasons to detain me, bro.
There's an accusation of assaulting.
All right, and we're just trying to find out exactly what's happened.
Luckily, backup is now en route.
Hotel Victor 99. Backup is coming as soon as possible for you.
And in the meantime, James has no option but to arrest the man.
At the moment, you're under arrest on suspicion of assault. We're just trying to establish exactly what's happened at the
Listen,
moment.
mate, I ain't done nothing
All right.
to her. She's taking the
I mean, if she makes an accusation of assault, we've got to act on it.
I know you have, yeah, but do you know what? That's my mother's... That's my son's mother, mate. I ain't going to hurt her, for Christ's sake.
A few minutes later, the backup units finally arrive.
When I looked out and I saw all of the cars coming from different ends of the road, it was the biggest relief I had that night.
It's good to know that you've got the support if you need it, and I think we did need it. I couldn't have handled that. I couldn't have handled that, no way.
The man is taken to the police van to be transported to custody.
What the are you bending me up for? What the is your problem? What? What the are you bending me up, you bull?
Get the door straight back. Get in your bag.
Idiot.
And now, 12 hours after they started their shift, James and Glenn can finally say goodbye to New Year's Eve 2012.
The final word is it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I was meant to be in bed by about 3:30.
Between the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m, Cambridgeshire police dealt with almost 350 incidents, and the Specials had a vital role to play.
On New Year's Eve, the fact that we spent midnight with a whole village of people, off-duty officers, it was great being part of the community. And then at the end of the night, being in those two really violent situations, still helping out the community, the feeling of satisfaction after we left that, to think that we've resolved that, and now I'm going home. I'm going home to bed and can think that, yeah, I'm going to get up and have a good New Year's Day.
The man who was taken into custody on suspicion of assault was later released without charge. Specials are unpaid volunteers who work alone or alongside the regular police to fight crime in their communities.
We got all of them! Don't want to see you walking on the main road again. Come on. Recovery's obviously en route.
Specials are not police community support officers. They're fully fledged members of the police force who have the same powers in law as their paid colleagues, including the power of arrest.
Stop it! Move over. No, 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 no! Move out of the way. No.
Within many special constabularies, officers can rise through the ranks, from constable all the way to chief specials officer.
Ouch, I found a thorn. Let me remind you, you're under arrest and everything you say will be written down.
Specials work 16 hours a month or more as volunteers and undertake all kinds of duties, from policing community events to arresting hardened criminals.
Upper India 3-5, show myself 2-9 and 3-1 go now.
8 p.m. and Special Constable Chris Hallett is on shift with the Impact team, a dedicated unit which focuses on prolific criminals, tackling crimes such as car theft and burglary.
I'll say the Impact team is a different way of policing. We're in plain clothes in a plain vehicle. You've got intelligence on people. They know where they live and they know the areas that they're targeting.
Barely minutes into the shift, and the team have already received a call about a possible break-in at an industrial estate.
A security guard called through say that 2 males are climbing the fence next to a railway. When I'm going to a job like that, we just want to get there as quick as we possibly can and catch them red-handed.
Go, 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 go.
Chris has been in the Specials for a year and happily gives up his evenings and weekends to help his regular colleagues police the streets of Cambridgeshire.
My main goal is to help people and get mostly life experience out of it. You don't know what to expect. Yeah, it's always different. It's exciting. It's such a large range of jobs as well, so yeah, enjoy it.
And when he's not out on the beat, he works as a site manager at 2 police training centres.
I basically look after some of their buildings, maintain it, look after contractors, make sure security is where it should be. I'm very passionate for working for Cambridgeshire Constabulary. I've got a lot of respect for them and what they do.
Tonight, Chris and his colleagues are hot on the heels of 2 males who have allegedly been spotted trying to break into an industrial estate.
When we arrived, there were industrial buildings all around us, so we split up and did an area search.
It's a massive area, and the details about where the suspects were last seen are sketchy.
When it's dark, you don't know the area, it can be a little bit intimidating. Yeah, I suppose you do feel a bit vulnerable.
There's no sign of the intruders.
The area was so big, it wasn't very well lit. They would have only had to have seen or heard one officer approaching. They had plenty of time and opportunity to get away.
Control updates them that the suspects were last seen in the next building along.
Yeah, no problem, mate. I'll walk around the back and walk through.
Did you see him go inside that door or no?
Chris's colleague Paul is in direct contact with the CCTV control room.
That blue door there is where he said they were at. Like, you said, can you make sure it's secure? It doesn't look like they've gained entry, but the bloke at the central monitoring station, he can only see a certain amount of this area, so we'll just double check it, make sure it's all secure, and then we'll leave it as.
The police head back towards their car, but just as they're about to leave the premises, an unrelated call comes over the radio about a suspected mugging which has taken place just yards up the road.
As we've been here, A male's been jumped just across the road, and there's 5 suspects who are currently walking down Fort Road. There's one single crewed officer trying to stop them.
With so many officers in the area, the chances of catching these suspects are stacked in the police's favour.
They'd all run off in different directions, so it's a good job we had plenty of officers there. When I'm running towards an incident, I'm thinking more about where my colleague is, my safety, are they going to be compliant? If not, what am I going to do? Yeah, and just getting there as well.
Chris arrives just as the suspects are cuffed. 5 men are caught running from the area where the street robbery took place.
As a special, on that particular shift, numbers were important because of the amount of males that were detained. If I wasn't there, maybe one of them would have got away.
Calm yourself down.
Down the floor. Do we want a van?
After an interview with the robbery suspects and the victim, the suspects were released without charge, and the crime has been filed pending any further information coming to light. Nobody was ever found in connection with the suspected break-in at the industrial estate, and no evidence was found of an attempted burglary. Working with this team was very different from Chris's usual shift as a special, policing the streets, but it was a challenge that he relished.
Working with the Impact team, something I'd love to do again. It's a different way of policing. It's exciting. It was very different to a normal shift due to the fact that we were in plain clothes in a plain vehicle. Yeah, we got to get involved in stuff and sort of see it through to the end, which was good. It was, yeah, I enjoyed it.
In Peterborough, it's 9 a.m. and Special Chief Inspector Bill Bond is out on shift with PC James Stiles. They've just received a call about some runaway horses.
We've been dispatched to a report of some horses loose on the A47. We're not quite sure of the location, so we're going to go to the most likely, which is where some horses are known to stray onto the road.
This isn't the first time Bill's been to an incident of this kind. In Cambridgeshire, there are a large number of horses left to graze on public land, and escapes from fields are commonplace.
I think it's a problem throughout the county. We have lots of people who keep horses and seem to be terribly concerned about what they're doing. If they get onto a fast road, they can move unpredictably, cause vehicles to swerve, cause collisions which are potentially fatal.
Before becoming a special, Bill spent 12 years in the army and 14 years in the civil service.
I rejoined the Special Constabulary when I left the civil service because with my previous experience, I felt it was something I could usefully contribute to. There's going to be a penalty of £60. I get an immense feeling of job satisfaction out of being a special. Having been in the army and the civil service, I'm used to the sort of the big organisation feel, and I get that again in the police.
Bill now devotes up to 180 hours a month to working as a special, alongside running a small lettings agency.
I'm fortunate in that I've got a small company that runs quite smoothly. There are some things that I have to do, but equally there are some things that I can delegate, and it gives me the freedom to come and police for the greater part of my time.
Today, Bill and James are hot on the trail of some runaway horses.
How good's your horse rustling, Bill?
Not terribly.
They need to find the animals as quickly as possible, as they could be a hazard to passing traffic. But they're not sure of the horse's exact location.
Here, horsey, 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 horsey. Can you see any horses down there?
Can't see any horses down there, James.
But then James suddenly spots one up ahead.
Hey, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, they're all out. Whee! It's great fun. Whee! Where have you got out from, fellas?
It's an offence to allow your horses to stray onto the highway, so fences around fields need to be well maintained.
Fence is down.
This fence is clearly broken, and the horses are now only feet away from a very busy road. James tries to coax them back into the field.
In we go, come on, this way, oi! Dumbass. Back in the field, come on!
But these steeds are having none of it.
You stubborn horse.
Bill decides to opt for a more forceful approach.
Go on. Go on. Get in there. Get in there, thing. Come on! Ah! Oh, you sod.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And these ponies are going nowhere.
There, come on. We're going to go this way.
Luckily, reinforcements arrive in the form of a helpful passerby.
Can you do me a favour? Yeah. Stop this lot from coming back out the field. Thank you, and I'll try and get these next ones in. Grab his head collar.
Doesn't like it.
They'll go where their nose goes.
Go on!
Come on! Yes! Come on.
Between the three of them, they manage to get the horses back in the field.
Good horse.
Now they just need to fix the fence and hope that these mischievous mares won't try to make another run for it.
We didn't have the tools to do anything about the fence with its broken posts. The best we could do was put some blue and white police tape across the gaps and hope that the wind fluttering in it would discourage the beasts from breaking through, certainly until our shift had finished.
Bit of luck, this flutter will scare them off.
It's more visual than practical, but hey.
For now, the horses are out of danger and are no longer a threat to passing traffic. But Bill knows that this is only a short-term solution to a long-term problem.
I must admit I get frustrated by the issue of horses on the roads. We have these animals that are kept. I think a lot more could be done to ensure their welfare and to keep them where they should be.
I would shake your hand, but we're both going in. Okay. There you go. Thank you very much.
Cheers.